abana bakakigani abatatanama bakomoka ngira rwandorwera omurinkore n'abarwani engabo z'abagendanwa ekindomoga mukuru baba besubwa omugabe wankore rubambasi nyakusinga.
So much fun, guys.
Akabatuma basingo manyatu batanama baba besubwa ekindi bakunde ayiranga ninkusaba onyambe ensenje ejwino mwirimo esara yanje erizobane
Going to South Africa illegally is not an easy job. Huh? So now I had my money, of course, through my parents. I had this friend who I was gonna meet in South Africa who promised me a job, who had at this point had told me that he's done with processing a work permit and I'm gonna have the chance to study in South Africa, and also I'm gonna be earning Ugandan shillings 2M. That is pretty much like 10,000 rand, or sometimes due to the rates 8,000 rand or 9,000, between from 8,000 to 10,000 rand. That's the range of the money that I was gonna be earning on a monthly basis, but also I was gonna have a chance to further my studies. So I was like, wow, that's a great deal for me. Why stay in Uganda and hustle, stuff like that. South Africa, I had made some research about South Africa. I was watching movies from South Africa, music from South Africa. I mean, who doesn't want to go to South Africa, especially if you're from Africa? I mean, I usually tell my friends that South Africa is the capital city, is the capital country of Africa, or is the capital of Africa. So who doesn't want to go to the capital of Africa? And the fact that there's so many white people there, you feel like you want to go and experience how so many white people behave, or how it feels to surround yourself with white people. Of course, those are like minor points, but the major one was like having a job, furthering your education. I mean, and experiencing the outside world. So now, let me first go to this paper, rules and regulations. Actually, guys, I wrote this paper in 2019, about mid-May or late May. I'm not quite sure because I didn't put the dates here. So this is the paper, and this is how old it is right now. It is old, but I luckily kept the paper. I'm gonna take a picture of it, a clear picture of it, then I'll tell you what happened or what's written on here. So now I'm gonna read first till the end, then I'll get back to the story. So now I was talking to this guy called Mehdi, who was in South Africa. So I was talking to him via his sister's phone. So the guy told me this: we shall travel from Kampala to Harare. So he gave me the travel. He told me, listen to this carefully. Travel rules: do not trust anyone. Do not accept help from anyone. Do not eat from strangers. Be sharp. Do not feel small. Do not give your passport to anyone. Now, here is the travel rules. Like, okay, these ones were like travel rules. Instead, like while you're traveling on the road, on a bus, do not trust anyone. Do not accept anything from anyone. Do not eat from strangers, as in someone shouldn't give you food and you eat that food. Then be sharp. That's a South African word. Be sharp, like be smart, be wise. Do not feel small. Now, he told me, do not give your passport to anyone. So now, after that preamble, he told me, this is how the journey is going to happen. Firstly, you're going to travel from Uganda to Mutukula border. Well, Mutukula border, I think that is Kenya or Tanzania. Yeah, Uganda to Tanzania border. Now keep with 20,000 Ugandan shillings, between 20,000 and 30,000 Ugandan shillings. Now he said keep with 20 to 30,000 Ugandan currency to give at the Tanzania-Uganda border, just in case. This is what he said. Actually, guys, I'm going to take a picture of this and I show you. As I say it, you can be seeing it as well. Should keep your yellow book safely. Should keep money in a short pant. He told me I should keep money in my short pant, like in my boxer or like underwear, so, sort of it. Now, exit of Tanzania. At Tunduma, you shall buy Airtel line at 100 rands. I should buy Airtel line at 100. So this is what I actually did. Shall put $10 in the passport at Tunduma. Still at the border, shall put $20 on entry of Zambia. So now, guys, here at Mutukula, I was supposed to put 20,000 or 30,000 Ugandan shillings. That's about 100 rands. Yeah, 100 and 150. Yeah, 100 for 20,000 and 150 for 30,000. I guess, guys, I don't know if my math is mathing right now. So now I had to do this. Well, I now, let's say I exit, I enter Tanzania. Now at the exit of Tanzania is a Tunduma border. I have to buy an Airtel line worth 100 rands. Shall put $10 in the passport at Tunduma. That is exiting Tanzania. Then I should put $20 at the entry of Zambia. When I'm exiting Tanzania, I should give a bribe of $10. When I'm entering Zambia, I should put $20 in my passport. Now that is entry of Zambia. Never associate or talk to Saidi. Guys, this is an NB. I'll show you that as well. Never associate or talk to Saidi. This guy told me in bold language I should listen. I listened carefully. Never to associate or talk to Saidi. There's some popular guy at the Tanzania border called Saidi. I think right now, 2025, this guy has retired and stuff like that. But he used to be a problem. Omana! Oisei! Oisei! With my story, I'm trying to cut it short because I see it's taking so long to get to the gist. And I know some of you could be bored right now or bored, like, actually. But yeah, let's proceed. So where was I? So this guy told me in bold language, I never associate or talk to Saidi at the Tanzania border. So here, then the other one is at Chirundu, Zambia Zimbabwe border, shall pay $10. Now paying is literally meaning that I should bribe, I should put the money into the passport. Then shall also pay 500 rands at Zimbabwe border. Shall then get to Harare. Well, we'll then talk to Mr. M. Then NB again. NB is like, you should mark this, you should take serious attention to this. Should buy drinks, 2 liters of Coke and junk eats. I must keep money in different pockets. In quotes, different currencies should be kept separately. So guys, this is the story. This is the whole story. I'm gonna get to show you over the screen. At the back I see there's contact numbers, 10,000, then 1.6 M. Send it to this number. I did send this money to this number. Well, yeah. So guys, here we go. Now after I think I lost my receipt, or rather my bus ticket, but now here is the story. Well, now guys, here's the story. Now, after getting the details from this guy, that means I was at the point of departure because I had the money with me. The 1.6 M I had to send to this guy, the 10,000 I had to send to another guy. Now I had the transport, like the money for the ticket and these dollars ready exchanged with me at hand. So now what I did, now the guy told me the other instruction: you should get your pockets, like your t-shirt pockets, and tailor new pockets inside. So this is the t-shirt, this is the shirt actually I went dressed in to South Africa. This one I showed you already, guys. So this is a new pocket. I hope you can see it. It's long enough, it's wide and long. So you see, I wish I could show you like differently, but when you put it on, this is the inside of the shirt. This is how long the pockets are. Then there's also another side pocket. This is small but very long. You see, it's blue in color. So guys, this shirt, this guy told me I must go modify it. That's the word I was looking for in my head. I must go modify the shirt and create new pockets from inside, from within the shirt. When I'm dressed like this, then the pockets are like here, like a jacket or blazer pockets. So this I did at Namayuba bus station. Actually, I bought it from Namayuba bus station. This is Kampala. This is in the capital city. At around what time? Well, I don't remember. Yeah, this after buying the ticket, it was about 450,000 Ugandan shillings. That's about how much in rands? Okay, it's close to 500,000, and 500,000 Ugandan shillings is equivalent to how much in rands, guys? I'm even missing it. Okay, I'll do the math for you and I'll put it there. So I bought the ticket from Uganda, from Kampala to Harare at 450,000 Ugandan shillings. I'll put the conversion into rands or even dollars for you down there. I'll put I will convert it for you guys and put it there, down there in rands, so that you could see and know the picture. So now, after buying myself a ticket, I bought 2 liters of cold drink or soda, and then I had some magwinya, or what you call fat cake or mandazi in East Africa. So I bought like a plastic, like 6 of them, the fat cakes or magwinya or mandazi, then 2 liters of cold drink, 2 liters and another 1 2 liters. That is like 4 liters of cold drink, and 1 bottle of water, 1 liter. So this is what I had. And then I had a small backpack, like a bag. You understand what I'm saying? In this bag I had put 1 pair of trousers, sandals, like Crocs, a shirt, yeah, a t-shirt, yeah, and that's all, and my drinks. So that's all I had. So I went to the Namayuba bus terminal. It's called bus terminal, or like a park station, or where buses like really park. So this is where I went to go and wait for the bus. So the bus was leaving at around 6 in the evening, but I went there at midday, close to midday, yeah. So at midday I did this modification of my shirt. You see the color, it's a checked shirt, but I put on these pockets. This was to keep my passport and other documents, yellow fever book, yellow book, and this is to keep the money. So here we go, guys. I get sorted, I'm dressed, I have my backpack on. I went to the bus terminal. I had already purchased my ticket. They showed me the bus. I went into the bus, and luckily I sat in the front seat. So I had a small phone, which I still have right now. Actually, I even have the pictures I took while I was leaving South Africa. I'll actually have to post them. Well, I was leaving Uganda, heading for South Africa. So now I got into the bus. I told this guy on WhatsApp, I have boarded the bus. Now I'm coming. Yeah, he told me, yeah, no, it's fine. It's too early. Don't worry. Actually, he had told me we shall meet in Zimbabwe. So it was like, oh, you have a couple of days to come. So I was fine. Now the journey begins. At 6 now. Luckily, this is what I did, I talked to the bus conductor. I talked to him. I said, oh man, I'm going very far. Would you give me, like, he had a mattress like on the engine, like you see in the bus, besides the driver. There was an engine. There was a mattress. I had to sit and sleep on it for sometimes. As I change, I go back to my seat. Like, yeah. So the journey started. Everything was lacquer. I was excited, but also nervous, because the guy, besides what he told me on this paper, he also told me the journey is scary. There's crossing the river. There's a chance that you could be eaten by a crocodile. There's a chance that you could be eaten by lions, because you're going to cross game parks, elephants, leopards, and like wild animals. That's pretty much what he told me. Now, at the back of my mind was like, maybe this guy is scaring me, is preparing me for the journey, because how come he is there? You understand? So now, before we proceed with the journey, I want to tell you guys, this is how foreigners illegally get to South Africa. Someone tells you the story the way it is, but you hear it differently based on your desperation, based on how you feel, based on how you desperately wanna leave your country. Because I know Nigerians have been in South Africa, Zimbabweans maybe because they're neighbors, Ghanaians, very far in the west of Africa, but they come to the south. So you can understand how desperate people could be, or they are, to leave their countries. So now the guy narrated to me that you're gonna cross the river, you could die, he was preparing me for the journey. But actually, I'm going to show you, there's a short clip of my friend that I came with from South Africa. He showed me his journey to South Africa. They passed through the game park, and he was carrying someone else's baby, because this is what happens on the journey. And also, there were around 40 people in a taxi. Guys, a taxi takes around, I think is authorized to take 16 or even 14, actually 14 people, but there were 40 people in a taxi. I'll show you the clip of this. Actually, you should watch the video till the end to see what I'm talking about. So, for my story, we were taking a bus. Now, firstly, I sent 1.6 to the guy for a certain number in Uganda. Then I had transport with me, so I was ready to embark on the journey to South Africa. Now, we drove, of course, the whole night. After talking to this Tanzanian guy who was on the bus, like a bus conductor, I told him, oh man, I have some weaknesses, I would like to sleep on this mattress or sit on it. He was like, oh no, it's fine, because we were talking in Swahili, and that is an advantage that I had. So I could sit on the mattress or sleep, and also come and sit just from Uganda to Mutukula, the border of Uganda and Tanzania. So now the journey was smooth. I was still calling home, telling my mom and dad, now I'm on the journey, I'm leaving, excited, nervous and stuff like that. And actually, my dad had told me that I should buy some painkillers and stuff like that. But for me, I was excited. I don't need that. I only need to have some drinks and eat, then I'll be good. Guys, the journey was 7 days long. Actually, mine took 8 days, because in Zimbabwe, I slept over after failing to reach out the guy who was actually in South Africa. I tried to call him and he couldn't pick up, so I was scared and stuff like that. I didn't have enough money for a bus from Zimbabwe to South Africa. But guys, the story is long. I want you guys to buckle up and listen to my story, because we have a long journey from Kampala to Zimbabwe, and then from Kampala to South Africa, and then my life in South Africa, my life through the COVID-19 pandemic, my life through the jobs, my life through immigration and those police hassles, and then my journey back from South Africa to Uganda. Actually, you guys, you're lucky if you are first timers on my channel. You should go watch my old videos. I did a vlogs about my journey from South Africa to Uganda, because that's already up. But I want to narrate the details of how I went through all that. So what you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like, share and comment, and watch the video till the end, because that's where the gist of the content or the titles are. So now I want to break down a few things, then I will tell you what happened as I was going through. So now we are already at Mutukula border. No, I told you, after getting my shirt tailored, custom made, with these pockets I could put in my passport. I wish I had it, I would have shown you. I could put in my passport, and now from outside you couldn't see anything. And then from this side, this other side, same story, but inside their pockets. So I could put my money deep down here. I could put my money down like this. So here I put in my documents. Only document is passport and a yellow book. So remember, all these countries from Uganda to Zimbabwe, we are visa free. So now guys, buckle up, let's go with the story. Now remember, the guy told me at Mtukula board I should have 20 or 30,000 Uganda shillings to give to the immigration officers. Now immigration officers are supposed to give this Ugandan currency are Ugandan immigration officers, just to stamp me out of Uganda that I'm going into Tanzania. Now I'm not supposed to do this, because this is my country. I'm leaving my country legally and I'm going to another country legally, because Uganda and Tanzania are visa free. We are in an East African community, but I needed to do this. Now I went to the counter, I told the lady, now look, this is what I'm doing, I want to go to South Africa. I'm actually told her my ticket was showing Harare, I want to go to Zimbabwe, but I'm going through Tanzania. She refused to stamp me out of Uganda. She said she wanted money, and you know, it's been a long time, 5 years ago. I couldn't remember her name, but she told me she wanted money. I went outside, I came back in, I put 20,000 in the passport. She refused the money. She told me she wanted $10. Guys, I'm not lying, I'm not even capping, and I'm not trying to put this lady or whatever, this officer, under the bus, but I'm saying the absolute truth. Foreigners, if you've ever left any of your countries, you know this is a thing, this is a story. I mean, it's not even news, it's public knowledge. So I went, I got $10, I put in the pocket, in the passport, I gave her, she stamped me out easily. And guys, I'm not telling no lies, and you guys know this, you know the story. Now that's the start of the bribe. Now this guy told me also, yeah, just in case, he told me 20,000 or 30,000 just in case. Now the lady rejected her country's currency, she wanted the foreign currency. I gave her the $10 because I needed to go. Should keep my yellow book safely, should keep my money in short pants. Now exit of Tanzania. Now we proceed to Tanzania. The Tanzania, they just stamped me in. They didn't ask me for money actually in this case. They just stamped me in. So I exited Uganda, I entered Tanzania at the same premises. Now we're gonna go to Tunduma. Now the journey, of course, I will not go into the details. Now they're driving the bus. Tanzania is a very huge country, very huge. We drove, I think, the whole day. We arrived at the border at around midnight or stuff like that. Then in the morning we were cleared and stuff. In Tanzania, you're not allowed to drive during the night, so we had to wait till morning to drive. So the whole day we drove. I think this was a Sunday, so the whole of Monday we drove through Tanzania, and we never got to the border. I think we go to the border at night. So at the exit of Tanzania, getting into Zambia. At Tunduma. Now Tunduma is the Tanzanian side, going closer to Zambian. So you shall buy Airtel line and stuff like that. Okay, I didn't buy. Shall put $10 in the passport at Tunduma at the border. So I was this guy told me he briefed me that I must put $10 at the Tunduma border, leaving Tanzania, exiting Tanzania. That's exactly what I did. I put the $10, I went to the till, the officer took out the $10, put me the exit stamp, I left Tanzania. Then at the Zambia side, you should put $20. Guys, $20. I'm not even lying. If you know a friend, a relative, or a foreigner living in South Africa right now, or who has ever lived in South Africa, that lived there illegally, you should ask them their story. If they are honest to you, they will tell you $20 to leave, to end for an entry stamp into Zambia. This is what I did. I paid $20. I just put it in the passport. I said, yeah, hi officer, how are you? Said fine. Where to? Zimbabwe. She saw my passport, checked through the pages. There was her money. She took the money. Oh, his money. I'm not even quite sure of the agenda, but I know for sure the one that was a Ugandan side, as I was leaving Uganda, was a female, but I don't know her name. Now we go back to the bold statement. Never associate or talk to Saidi. I never saw Saidi. I didn't know even Saidi because I was already cautioned not to talk to anyone, not to befriend anyone, not to eat from strangers, not to... Hey, my friend. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you this story until we get to Zimbabwe. And then on the next episode, we're going to proceed from the Zimbabwe side. Now here, I enter Zambia. Now Zambia, Chirundu. Now, for the entry for the entry stamp, I had to pay $20. Now let's listen. Well, I entered Zambia after paying the $20. That was easy because I had money. If you have money, my friend, in Africa, you're gonna traverse. Because most of the countries, they are visa free, but you need to have money to confirm the visa freedom. You understand? It's very funny, but it's the truth. This is the truth of my story. You see, this paper is old, guys. This paper is old. I've kept it for 5, close now to 6 years, because man, it means a lot to me. This was foreign to me. It was foreign to me because it was my second time to leave the country. But the first time we were going to Kenya, as I was a university student. I was going to play for East African Games. There was nothing much. I don't even remember if I had the passport. That time I never had a passport. So I just had something very small. We didn't even get out of the bus. It was so easy. But now here, we're talking dollars. I had never held a dollar in my pockets, in my hands. So now it's a matter of having dollars with you. It's gonna be easy. Now remember, all from Uganda, Tanzania. Now we're in Zambia, Northern Rhodesia, I guess. At Chirundu. Now, when you're leaving Zambia, entering Zimbabwe, I think the border that we use is called Chirundu. Yeah, based on what I have here. At the Chirundu border, Zambia, Zimbabwe border, you shall pay $10. Now the exit is cheaper than the entry, because now when I was entering Zambia, let me see what's the border's name, from Tunduma to Zambia. Tunduma, I think, is Tanzanian side. I had to pay $20. But at Chirundu, when you're leaving Chirundu going to Zimbabwe, you had to pay only $10. I mean, $10 is how much? It's too much money when you convert it into Ugandan currency. But at this point, a desperate man is leaving the country. He's going to the Europe of Africa. Now I had to pay $10 to do what? To exit Zambia, to enter Zimbabwe. Now I shall also pay 500 rands at the Zimbabwean side. Now I don't remember the name of the Zimbabwean border because I didn't even write it here. But here I had to pay when you exit. Let's say you exit Uganda, you're entering Zambia. You exit Uganda, you're entering Tanzania. That is Motokula border. So the border posts are at the same point. The offices are the same. You exit this, you enter this. You enter this, you exit this one. So now I was exiting Chirundu, entering Zimbabwe. So I paid here $10. Here I paid rands, because now Zimbabwe and South Africa, they understand. So rands is an easy language to them. So I paid the 500 rands. And some people, and along the way, there were a couple of guys who were stopped, who were detained because they didn't have the money. They were denied the stamps and stuff like that. And actually, guys, if you're my follower, you know that when I was still in South Africa around April 2025, this very year, I tried to exit South Africa via the Lobatse border, that is Botswana side, but they never stamped me out of South Africa. The Home Affairs or immigration officers denied me the exit stamp, so I couldn't. So along the way, coming from Uganda up to Zambia, the couple of guys that were denied exit of those countries, Uganda, some of them were denied, then Tanzania, and they're not denied, it is just denied, in quotes. So now, guys, here I paid 500 and then shall then get to Harare. After I paid 500, I was free and I was able to maneuver around Zimbabwe. Now I want to tell you the story of how I got into Zimbabwe. Now I want to tell you the details of what happened in Zimbabwe, because I had to stay and sleep in Zimbabwe. Because now, after paying all that money, guys, I didn't tell you that along the way, I ran short of food. My cold drinks or my sodas were out. my magwinya or mandazi or fat cakes were out. In Zambia, I had to buy the chicken. Chicken was like an ibis. It was very long, like the chicken thigh. What do you guys call it? I don't know that right English word for the chicken thigh. It was so long, was so big and so dark. So I ate it at night because I was starving, man. I was dehydrated. I was so hungry. So I used the money, man. I had to use the money, about 100 or 200 rands, to eat because I was dying. Now, at that point in Zambia, I hadn't made any friends because, man, I was told not to do what, and I was only speaking Swahili and English. So Ugandans who are on the bus, they couldn't know that because my Swahili was quite different from theirs and stuff like that. You could know when a Ugandan is speaking Swahili. Actually, there is a saying that Swahili was born in Tanzania, went to school in Kenya, and died in Uganda. So in Tanzania, they speak quite very, very different and very nice Swahili, like real Swahili. In Kenya, it's a mix. It's a 50-50 kind of, or good Swahili. But in Uganda, it's not made so. Yeah. So now my Swahili was kind of like Kenyan Swahili. So Ugandans couldn't befriend me, or I couldn't be easily identified as a Ugandan because there are scammers along the way. That's why actually the guy was cautioning me not to befriend anyone on the bus. So you could befriend someone, and that someone robs you or scams you along the way because now you are naive, you are desperate, you are a first timer, and these guys are old schoolers or old guys have been on the journey to South Africa for a couple of times, countless times, so they know a newcomer when they see one. The way you're dressed, the way you're nervous, the way you talk to immigration officers, they can easily identify you. But for my case, luckily, I wasn't easily identified. So I go through that. So I'm telling you now, I go to Zimbabwe. Now the money is not enough. I was supposed to use 1,500 rands to pay to a bus to take me to South Africa. So now I'm already in Harare. I went to the bus where, of course, we parked. I think the bus company that brought me from Uganda to Zimbabwe is Taufik. Yeah, I'm very quite sure of it. It's Taufik. Now they put me in the bus park. So I had nothing to do. I remember I checked myself. I had only 500 rands. I think it was 600 rands. Yeah, 600 rands. They needed 1,500 rands. Now 1.5 is, there's no way I could get it right now, but I need to go because I could not stay there. I had a few days to stay in Zimbabwe. Now even to stay in Zimbabwe, I know nobody in Zimbabwe. Guess what I did, guys? Tell me what you think I did. Now that's gonna be episode 2, and throughout episode 2 we're gonna travel from Zimbabwe, illegally to South Africa. That's the most illegal thing. That's where the illegal element comes in. That's where the gist is. That's how we're gonna know how someone illegally enters South Africa. Now we're talking about 2019 because now stuff has changed. The last time I was leaving South Africa, I showed you guys. Actually, you should watch my old videos and see how South Africa has tightened the belts at the border posts, because now they're using drones. The border is called BMA, Border Management Authority. Is so tight. But I illegally left South Africa anyway. I illegally left South Africa. I know they're so tight. Well, maybe they could be so tight for those coming in, not those leaving. But also in another story, or in a video that I could post one day when I tried leaving South Africa through Botswana, and I was bounced back. Not arrested, but bounced back into South Africa. So yeah, guys, if you've watched this far, that means you're patient. That means you're African. You'd like to know how your brothers struggle in their countries and want to leave their countries and struggle in your countries or in other countries. So my story is quite fascinating. Firstly, I want to thank God for it, because I had to live this experience. I had to go through this experience, or to experiment it myself, to understand how hard it is that other people go through, or that it is for you to live in a foreign land, for example South Africa, because it's very far, man. It took me 7 days, if not 8 days, to get into South Africa. I was so tired, I was so dehydrated, guys. I was so little, because remember in Zimbabwe, now I was left with 600 rands. I knew that even if I keep the money, I'm not gonna go to South Africa because it's not enough money. It's not even half of the money I needed. And the guy that was gonna receive me in South Africa was not picking my calls. So what could I do? I talked to myself, bro, go get something to eat. I went to KFC. My first time, guys, to eat KFC was in Zimbabwe around the 30th of July, the 30th of May 2019. It's my first time to eat KFC. And you know what I ate? It was two-piece pap with a cold drink. Two-piece pap with a cold drink. Yeah, that's what I ate. I don't know how much Zimbabwean dollar bonds I paid for that. I don't know. But it was not very expensive. It was about $30 pounds. Yeah. Hey, you want this time to mpuka yes. Koka zileche. Omwana. Zileche. So guys, actually I'm grazing cows. I'm on the farm and I'm having my little cousin brother there I'm sending to take care of the cows as I'm doing content. Actually, it's not allowed to attend to anything else if you're attending to cows. If you're the one to graze cows, you should give them your absolute 100%. You should give them your undivided attention. But now, guys, I'm a content creator. At some point I have to create some content anyway. So guys, thank you very much if you've watched this far. That means you're patient, you love content, you are a Pan-African. You love to understand what your fellow Africans go through. Well, for South Africans watching this, guys, I'm not illegal again. I'm not gonna be illegal again. Right now I'm in my country. This is Uganda. I know in South Africa this is not easily done. Grazing cattle, because the time I was in South Africa, in Johannesburg or Eastern Cape, Port Elizabeth, I never saw people grazing cows randomly. Well, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but I'm saying, yeah, I'm in my country now. Guys coming at me, Brother Collins, I'm in my country. So I'm trying to eradicate my fellow Ugandans who want to go to South Africa. They shouldn't go illegally, because even going legally could be a problem. So you should take care, learn from my story. So guys, well, we have stopped from Harare. The next time I'm going to be vlogging is going to be from Harare to South Africa through Messina, Bet Bridge, up to Centurion, where I got stuck. The bus got stuck at Centurion, and then I had to call this guy again. Oh man, I had to call this guy and tell him, now we are in Centurion, the bus has broken down, you should come and pick me up. And remember, we are on a risk. We are at the risk of being stopped by Metro Police, or questioned by Metro Police, because or traffic police, because Centurion is a busy suburb. So police is so active there. So we had to be there for over 5 hours. I had to be there for over 5 hours because people who were there in the bus with me, they got their friends to come and pick them up. So I was like among the 4 people left in the bus at that time. So I had to call this guy until around 10 a.m. in the night, 10 p.m. in the night, when he came to come and pick me up, to take me to Johannesburg, a place called Brixton Crosby, where I stayed. Remember, after how many 8 days of not eating a proper meal, not taking a shower. 8 days I took a shower only once in Zimbabwe, actually, where I stayed at a hotel. And I'm gonna tell you the details of how I got a chance to stay in a very nice hotel in Zimbabwe. So all guys you have to do is subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, like the video, because that means a lot to me, because now I'm getting monetized. If you watch the video this much or this long, it means a lot to me. Maybe I could get $1 or I could get $2 or a cent from it, which is gonna be pushing me, because I wanna embark on traveling. I wanna travel. I wanna traverse Uganda. Firstly, I want to talk to foreigners from South Africa. Most importantly, foreigners from South Africa. I want to ask them how they live in Uganda, what they are doing in Uganda, because coming from South Africa, I know how good the country is. I could be shocked to see a South African living in Uganda for so long. I know maybe because of job opportunities and stuff like that, but I would like to talk to South Africans living in Uganda. Also, I mean, Kenyans, Rwandese, obviously Congolese, I've already talked to one. Anyhow, guys, in closure, I want to thank you for watching.